My beloved child. There is a silence around you right now that is louder than any storm, a distance you have created so intentionally that it has turned into a mirror, one they cannot escape. You are no longer explaining, no longer chasing, no longer correcting, and this sudden stillness has become the most terrifying signal they have ever received from you. Because deep inside, they know you were always the one who made the effort, and now that you have stepped back, the entire weight of the next move has fallen on them. And what they do now will reveal everything they have been hiding from you. Another truth rises with the kind of gravity that twists a person's heartbeat. They never expected your silence to be this powerful. They thought your absence would look like weakness, but instead it exposed their own. Your distance has forced them into a position where they can no longer pretend, no longer manipulate the timing, no longer delay the truth. For the first time, they must choose, openly, clearly, without excuses. And the most shocking part is this: the decision they are about to make is not the one they told everyone they would choose. Something you said, something you did, something you did not do has shifted their entire mindset. Now they are questioning their loyalty, their comfort zone, and the people who kept pulling them away from you. That shock? It's only the beginning. A moment is approaching, closer than you think, where the silence you're holding will force a revelation they never wanted to confront. Someone in their circle has already sensed the shift and warned them, if you don't act now, you're going to lose them forever. And the fear that sentence created inside them? Unmatched. Because deep inside, they know you are the kind of soul that doesn't return once you walk away. Your silence isn't emptiness, it's closure building itself. Your distance isn't confusion, it's clarity taking shape. And right now, the universe is watching them, pushing them, cornering them into the truth they avoided for months. They are about to make a decision, the decision your silence forced, the decision your distance awakened, the decision that will change the entire connection forever. My beloved child. Something rare is unfolding behind the scenes, something so intense that even the quiet air around this connection feels charged. The moment you pulled your energy back, the moment you stopped over-explaining, over-giving, and over-trying, a shockwave ran straight through their life. They didn't expect you to step out of the emotional battlefield so gracefully, so silently, so powerfully. And now every second of your distance is shaking them from the inside. Stay with me till the end, because what they're feeling right now is far bigger than guilt or confusion, it's fear. Fear of losing the one person who actually understood them. Fear of realizing too late that the silence you chose is not temporary, it's transformative. A deeper truth is rising with unstoppable force. They are replaying your past conversations in their head, trying to figure out the exact moment they took you for granted. Someone close to them has already whispered, "You pushed too far." They won't wait forever. And that single sentence has turned their confidence into panic. They are pacing around, checking their phone every few minutes, rereading old messages, trying to understand why your silence feels like a door slowly closing. Your energy withdrawal has become a mirror reflecting their mistakes, their hesitation, their emotional laziness. And now, for the first time, they are realizing the decision they must make is not optional anymore. It's urgent. It's now. It's everything. Stay with me, because you need to see just how big this shift actually is. A twist is coming, sharp, unexpected, undeniable. Your silence has created a countdown inside their mind, a ticking pressure they cannot escape. They have started imagining what life looks like without your presence, your support, your warmth, your voice. And the picture is terrifying them. The universe is guiding them to make a choice they avoided for far too long, a choice they never thought they'd be forced to face. And here's the shocking part, they're not just thinking about coming back, they're planning something drastic, something bold, something completely different from what everyone around them expects. Your distance didn't push them away, it pulled them into their truth. And very soon, you will witness the decision your silence created. A decision powerful enough to change the entire story. Stay with me, my beloved child. The silence you are holding right now is no longer just silence, it's becoming a force that is dismantling their false confidence piece by piece. They thought you would return on your own, they thought you would break first, they thought your heart was still theirs to control, but now they see the truth. Your distance has become a message louder than words, a message that is hitting them in waves. You are not waiting anymore. And that realization has flipped their entire mind upside down. Their chest feels heavy, their thoughts are restless, and every moment without your presence feels like a warning from the universe that they pushed you too far. This is the moment where their decision begins to form, shaky, emotional, and entirely unexpected. A stronger shift is happening beneath the surface, one they can't admit to anyone. Someone around them, someone who watches them closely, has noticed the sudden change in their behavior. They've seen the panic behind their eyes, the way they look at their phone, the way they act distracted, the way their mood keeps dropping without explanation. And when they asked what happened, your person couldn't even find the words. Because how do they explain that your invisible silence is shaking them more than any loud argument ever could? How do they admit that the one they thought would always be available has suddenly become unpredictable, distant, and powerful? Stay with me, because it gets even more intense from here. A revelation is building, one that will push them to their breaking point. Your absence has unlocked something inside them, a clarity they kept running from, a realization they never wanted to face. And now they're pacing around with one haunting thought: what if I already lost them? That question is cutting deeper every hour. They're planning to take action, but no. This isn't just the simple decision you expected. This is something bigger, something bold, something they were scared to even consider before. Your silence has forced them to see the truth about their emotions, their fears, and their future. And now, the decision they are about to make is the one they swore they'd never make unless pushed to the edge. Your silence pushed them there. Your distance unlocked it. And very soon, that decision will come crashing into your life with a force you won't see coming. My beloved child. The energy around them right now is trembling because your silence has reached a level they never imagined possible. What you're doing is not distance anymore, it's transformation. It's the moment where your absence becomes the loudest truth they've ever been forced to face. And now their mind is running in circles, trying to decode the meaning behind your stillness. They're asking themselves why you aren't reacting, why you aren't chasing, why you aren't trying to fix things like before. And every time they fail to find an answer, a new fear rises: did I just lose the one person who actually cared? That fear is hitting harder than anything they've faced this entire year. A deeper emotional quake is happening inside them, one they can't hide even if they try. Their friends have noticed. Their family sensed it. Even people who don't know your story can feel something is off. They've become quiet, distracted, restless. They keep checking their phone not out of habit, but out of desperation. They're rereading old messages because they're scared they missed something. They're replaying your last conversation to understand where things shifted. And the more they think, the more they realize that your silence wasn't anger, it was a boundary. A boundary they never believed you had the courage to set. And now that you've set it, they can't handle the weight of it. Stay with me, because the twist hidden inside this moment is far bigger than anything they're prepared for. The universe has cornered them into a decision they can no longer avoid. Your distance has exposed every fear they buried, every emotion they suppressed, every truth they ran from. And now they're standing in the middle of their own thoughts with a single choice that keeps echoing through their mind. Act now, or lose them forever. This decision is not small, not casual, not something they can postpone like before. This time, the pressure is real. This time, the silence is unbearable. This time, they feel the gravity of losing someone who genuinely mattered. And the shocking part? They're preparing a step so bold, so unexpected, so out of character that even the people around them won't believe it. Your silence didn't push them away, your silence forced them into their truth. And that truth is about to rewrite everything you thought you knew about this connection. My beloved child. Something powerful is happening right now, something they can no longer deny, avoid, or hide from. Your silence has turned into the one thing they never expected, a reality check. They always believed you would be there, waiting, hoping, holding on. But now that you've stepped back, they feel the emptiness like a shadow following them everywhere. Their days feel heavier, their nights feel colder, and every quiet moment reminds them of what they are losing. Your distance has become a mirror showing them the version of themselves they tried so hard to ignore, and that reflection is terrifying them beyond words. A shift bigger than their excuses is unfolding inside them. They've started comparing every person they meet to you, and nobody comes close. They've started noticing how peaceful your absence feels. But how painful it is at the same time. That contradiction is eating them alive. They're trying to stay normal around others, but their thoughts keep drifting back to you. Someone close to them recently pointed out, "You're not yourself anymore," and they didn't even deny it. Because the truth is simple. Your silence broke a pattern they thought you would never break. Your distance awakened emotions they swore they didn't have. And now your person is realizing that letting you go might be the biggest mistake they ever made. Stay with me, because this is where the story turns. A moment is coming where they can no longer hold back. The pressure is rising, the fear is multiplying, and the universe is cornering them into a decision that will change everything. They know they can't keep waiting for you to reach out. They know they can't rely on their old habits anymore. They know the next step must come from them. And here's the shocking part. They're about to do something completely out of character, something bold, something driven by the fear of losing you forever. This isn't just a decision, it's a turning point. The kind of turning point that happens once in a lifetime. What they choose now will rewrite the future of this entire connection. Your silence created this shift. Your distance awakened this urgency. And the next move they make will be the clearest answer you've been waiting for. My beloved child. The tension around your connection has reached a point where even the universe feels like it's holding its breath. Your silence is no longer just affecting them, it's consuming their entire emotional system. They wake up with you on their mind, they go through the day trying to distract themselves, but every attempt fails, because the space you created is echoing louder than anything they've heard before. What scares them the most is not your absence, it's the strength hidden inside it. They are realizing that you didn't step back out of confusion, you stepped back because you finally understood your worth. And that single realization has them spiraling. A storm is growing inside them, and it's getting harder to hide. They thought keeping distance from you would give them control, but instead it pushed them into emotional chaos. Someone recently observed the way their face changes when your name comes up, the way they tense up, the way their eyes drop for a second too long. They have been pretending to be fine, pretending to move on, pretending that your silence doesn't bother them, but inside, they're falling apart. They keep checking your profile. They keep looking at old pictures. They keep replaying the last few conversations, trying to understand how everything slipped so fast. And the more they think, the clearer it becomes, your silence is not punishing them, it's teaching them. Teaching them what it feels like to be without the person they never appreciated enough. But here is where the story breaks open. The universe is placing them in a moment where running away is no longer an option. They're being forced to look directly at their emotions, their fears, their mistakes. Your distance has cornered them into a decision they can't delay anymore. A decision that is bigger than their pride, bigger than their fear of vulnerability, bigger than their hesitation. And now they're preparing to do something they once said they would never do. This isn't about a message or a call, this is about something deeper, something bold, something that will expose everything they've kept hidden. Your silence shook them. Your distance awakened them. And now, the decision they are about to make will reveal exactly how much you truly mean to them. My beloved child. The energy surrounding them right now is collapsing in on itself, because your silence has reached the level where it's no longer a reaction, it's a revelation. They finally see what everyone else could see long before: you were the grounding force in their life, the calm in their chaos, the balance in their confusion. And now that you've stepped away, the emptiness in their world is loud, sharp, and impossible to escape. Every minute without your presence feels like a countdown. They can sense time slipping, opportunities closing, and the universe pushing them toward a truth they never wanted to admit. Your distance has become the one thing they cannot control, and that loss of control is breaking through their defenses. A bigger realization is hitting them with more intensity than they expected. They've started noticing patterns, how they no longer laugh the same, how they lose focus easily, how small things suddenly remind them of you. Someone around them recently noticed the shift and said, "You look like you're missing something important." They didn't respond. They couldn't. Because the person they're missing is you, and this silence you're holding has become the most powerful wake-up call of their life. They keep imagining that you might already be moving forward, talking less, giving your energy to someone else, or simply living in peace without them. That image is shaking them to their core. Your silence is not just distance, it's a door closing, slowly but steadily. And every day that passes, their fear grows stronger. This is where the universe pushes them to the edge. They are reaching a point where staying silent themselves is no longer an option. They know they must make a move, now, not later. Your silence has forced them to confront their emotions with honesty, and now they are preparing for something they never thought they would have the courage to do. This next step isn't small. It isn't casual. It isn't something they can take back once it's done. They're about to make a decision that exposes their true feelings, their regrets, and their intentions in a way they never allowed before. A breakthrough is coming, unexpected, raw, powerful. And when it arrives, you'll see the full impact of the silence you chose, and the transformation it created inside them. My beloved child. Their inner world is collapsing faster than they can gather their thoughts, because your silence has reached a point where it is no longer something they can ignore, it's something they feel in their bones. The distance you've created has become a constant reminder of every moment they misjudged you, every emotion they dismissed, every chance they wasted. They used to believe you would always return, always forgive, always stay available. But now they see a version of you they never imagined, calm, detached, untouchable. And that transformation is shaking them from the inside out. They can sense that the power has shifted, that the control has moved to your side, and nothing scares them more than realizing you're no longer waiting. A heavier truth is pressing down on them with every passing hour. They've begun to understand that your silence isn't distance, it's evolution. You're not stepping away to punish them. You're stepping into a new phase of your life where your peace matters more than their confusion. And that realization is destroying their comfort zone. Someone close to them recently mentioned, "You're not yourself," and they couldn't even deny it. Their mood has changed, their energy has dropped, and their thoughts are completely wrapped around the fear of losing you forever. They keep imagining scenarios where they reach out too late, where someone else appreciates you before they do, where your silence becomes permanent. Those thoughts are haunting them more than any argument ever could. Stay with me, because this next turn is the one that breaks them open. They are reaching the moment where hesitation becomes impossible. Their fear, their longing, their regret, everything inside them is merging into one final push. The universe is cornering them, pressing them, forcing them to make a choice that will expose their heart completely. This isn't the simple decision they once avoided. This is something deeper, something irreversible, something that will reveal exactly where they want this connection to go. They're preparing to step into a truth they never dared to express, a truth your silence dragged out of them. And now, without warning, they are about to take the kind of action that changes the energy between two people forever. Your distance awakened this transformation. Your silence created this urgency. And the next move they make will finally show you the decision your absence forced them to face. My beloved child. The pressure inside them has reached a breaking point, and your silence is no longer just something they feel, it has become the center of their entire emotional universe. Every attempt they make to distract themselves fails instantly. Every conversation feels empty. Every moment without your presence feels like the world is slowly tightening around their chest. They can't escape the truth anymore. your distance didn't weaken the bond, it revealed its depth. They finally understand that you weren't walking away out of anger, you were walking toward your own peace. And nothing terrifies them more than realizing they are no longer part of that peace. A storm of regret is pulling them deeper into their own conscience. They keep revisiting old memories, conversations, moments where you showed love, patience, and effort they never matched. The guilt is hitting them in waves they can't control. Someone close to them pointed out how restless they've become, how their eyes look lost, how their thoughts are scattered, how their energy has completely shifted since you went silent. They didn't answer, because how do they explain that the quiet space you created is echoing like thunder inside their mind? They feel you slipping further away each day, and that fear has become unbearable. They are beginning to understand that you stepping back wasn't a reaction, it was a decision. A decision they never thought you'd have the strength to make. This is the moment where everything inside them cracks open. They have reached the point where their emotions can no longer be hidden or controlled. Their pride has melted, their resistance has collapsed, and their heart is pushing them toward the truth they kept locked away. The universe is closing in on them, forcing them to face the consequences of losing someone like you. And now, they're preparing to take a step that will reveal everything, every unspoken feeling, every buried regret, every truth they avoided for months. This next move is not small, not safe, not calculated. It's emotional, raw, and completely driven by the fear of losing you forever. Your silence didn't just shift the connection, it awakened the version of them you were waiting to see. And now, they are standing at the edge of a decision that will change everything. My beloved child. The energy around them has entered a state of urgency so intense that even their breathing feels different. Your silence has become the turning point of their entire reality, the moment where everything they avoided, denied, or pushed aside is finally demanding to be faced. They can't escape it anymore. Every hour without you feels heavier, every night feels longer, and every day feels like a quiet punishment they brought upon themselves. They are realizing, slowly, painfully, that losing access to your presence is not a temporary setback, it's a life-changing shock. And now, their heart is pulling them in one direction only, back to you. Inside them, a deeper emotional collapse is taking shape. They've stopped pretending. They've stopped hiding behind excuses. They've stopped telling themselves lies about being fine. Their mind is filled with you, your voice, your kindness, your energy, the way you used to show up when nobody else did. They're finally understanding the magnitude of what they had, and the weight of what they risked. Someone around them recently said, "You're not even here mentally," and they didn't argue, because it's true. Their thoughts are locked on you in a loop they can't escape. Your silence has become the lesson they never expected, the one that exposes every truth they avoided for so long. And now that truth is suffocating them. This is where the universe pulls them toward the final turning point. They've reached a place where staying silent themselves is no longer an option. Their emotions are overflowing, their regrets are undeniable, and the fear of losing you forever has pushed them to their edge. They know they have to act, clearly, honestly, bravely. And what they are preparing to do next is something they once swore they were too scared to attempt. This next step will not be casual. It will not be sudden. It will be intentional, vulnerable, and powerful enough to change the entire direction of this connection. Your silence didn't just wake them up. It rebuilt their priorities from the ground up. And now, the decision they're about to make will reveal exactly how deeply your absence has reshaped their heart.